Elio guys, and welcome back. In today's video for Infinite Magicraid, I wanted to give you guys a little bit insight into Arena of just speculation of things that I've seen as we've been playing the game through soft launch, and a couple reasons why you should probably be doing Arena in the first place. Alright, so starting off here right before we get into the arena and what I have gathered from speculation and just, fighting teams in general, is the reason why you should be doing Arena. Arena in this game is very important because if you want to get the most benefits out of the stats of your characters, well, you're going to have to do Arena because you get books from Arena, which also helps to improve your character stats. If I can click over here on the correct talent screen, which is class talents. So by you doing the arena, I'm not a big fan of this system because it seems just to be random, which is probably what the direction is for it. But when you do arena, you end up getting books over here. And these books can then be used to increase the defense, attack, and support of all of your units. And these benefits, and obviously as things go on, you'll have a whole bunch of stats that end up stacking together, making your team even better. And this is just divided up by the three current classes that you could assign to a character, where you have the defenders, you have the attackers, which is your DPS, and then the supporters. These are healers, or guys that kind of buff the team or maybe debuff the opposing team. So by doing PvP, you can help improve these stats, which then translate over to PvP to help make your team more potent. And of course, it also affects PvE. So this isn't something to sleep on at all, because attack increase, yes, these are flat, but when you have, optimal substats and equipment gets up there in tier, all of a sudden this stuff is going to be a lot more important. And obviously once everyone has it, it's going to be, everyone's on equal field. But to the players that have been doing PvP ham and have furthered themselves along this line already, they're already at an advantage at this level. And it's just going to happen because there's people that get better comps than others, and it is unfortunate but true. And there's also the market over here, which once again, I'm kind of not agreeing with how this is done here, where you cannot unlock certain tiers of purchasable items unless you hit that certain tier in PvP. So right now, I think I unlocked the basic skill scroll at Platinum 3, but in order to get Oakman, for example, or Ockman, however you want to pronounce him, I have to unlock Platinum 1 before I can get to him. Do I think that's possible? Yes. Do I think Diamond and Supreme Rune, or the King rank, is possible? That's going to be problematic, because right now we're in soft launch, and still it's like, it's already interesting for me to try and get to Platinum 1. I don't think King will be possible. Maybe if I get lucky, Diamond 2, but especially for newer players and once the game goes global, to the players that don't start at a certain point in time or just aren't lucky, will never ever be able to access this. Like the whole Supreme Rune with the King, to me, is just crazy. Like, I think if we hit a certain amount of points in PvP, that we should be able to unlock it. If not, just kind of take this off, because basically the King will stay the King. They have access to legendary units as long as they farm them out. Am I going to say that this is going to cost a lot? Oh, absolutely. But at the same time, it's just kind of disheartening knowing that there's options in the game that some players will never ever have the opportunity to reach. Just saying. Hopefully they'll change that in the future. Your guess is as good as mine, because things change over here on the daily. But my biggest things here would, obviously, you could save for the Excellent Rune, which gives us the the basic Nat 3, Nat 4 type summon stone. You're just running the roulette right there at that point in time. Or you could focus more so on the 3-star eggs. I think that I personally would be focusing more so on like the 3-star and 4-star eggs out of all this, because as you're doing your dailies, the game gives you these types of pulls anyways. So it's like, why would I buy more when I'm literally going to pull another freaking 3-star Andrew? I don't know how many times I've seen Lee War, you guys. It makes me absolutely sick to my stomach every time I summon and I see freaking Lee War. I hate Lee War. Lee War is trash and he keeps coming out. So I'm not going to buy that because I don't want to see him. At least with this, I can take other Nat 3s and use that as fodder. Not to mention, it is just a lot cheaper in general. It is honestly just a lot cheaper and much more manageable. You could also get energy, but in my opinion, unless it's the beginning of the game, I wouldn't focus too much on that. And with ore, obviously you can kind of construct better gear from the forge, and basic skill scrolls obviously affect the epic units of scaling them up. But I've been doing PvP quite a bit, and the game has been out for a week or two, and it's like those points are climbing up extremely slowly, meaning in theory you could only purchase something like this maybe once every 3 months, which Chief called, man, and I would say that's probably not it. Maybe I'm not doing PvP aggressively enough, but even then, on a good day, maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months for one skill scroll, it's going to be a no for me, dog. But moving towards the arena, so far we have the Classic Arena and also Advanced Arena. There's no Guild Arena yet. Obviously, Guild Arena is implying that we'll have a guild versus guild fight where X amount of members from one guild fights, X amount of members from the other guild. I'm not sure if this is like a traditional Classic Arena type style or more of the Advanced Arena. I'm predicting possibly Advanced Arena because that just makes more sense of having us use more units here. But with the Classic Arena, in my opinion, it's just a little bit harder to kind of get your foot in the door, even though this is the arena that gives you the points. I mean, this is the arena that gives you the money. It's just more competitive because you only have one team of 5 versus the Advanced Arena where you have multiple teams that you're facing up against, which does bring me to the next point in the video in terms of tips of kind of excelling into this. Now, by no means am I an expert. I'm going to tell you right now, I have like one 2-star legendary unit. I have a couple of 1-star legendary units / epic units, and that's pretty much it. Like, I'm nowhere near top tier, but from what I could gather, there are a couple of traps that I recommend you kind of look out for or be prepared for to kind of save yourself some misery in terms of PvP. I mean, guys like this though, absolute blessing. Absolute blessing. I'm just trying to go ham into PvP right now, get my rank up so I can unlock those other options over there in the arena store and just farm out PvP at my general level. Like, that's it. That's my only goal. I don't want to be king. I don't really care about king, and there's always going to be players that, they're willing to donate, which is fine, but they're just going to be better than me. That's just life. You got to get over it. But in terms of the Advanced Arena, there are a couple of traps that you run into, which is just obviously the same thing as a single arena, just kind of more spread out, where they're going to have a whole bunch of units together, and depending on what units are paired together could be problematic. Say for instance right here, we have not only Wim, but I believe his name is Hal 9000. Terrible duo to fight. I say that because Wim's main job is literally just to spam shields. Dude has a decent amount of base HP, meaning obviously if they put him on an HP and a speed set, he could possibly outspeed whatever that you're using depending on his rank and get the shield up. Same thing with Hal 9000. He also has a shield, and I believe he heals himself for roughly 10% of his own max HP every single turn end, so that's problematic in itself. Esther, I think Esther's garbage. I don't know why they have him up to level 100, but I do know if you kill Esther that he kind of implodes on everyone in general. Another one to watch out for is, I believe his name is Valentine. He's the chain lightning guy, so he basically gets his attacks off fairly quickly, and they can hit like a butt cheek on a stick. Reliant herself too, oh my gosh. If you guys have ever been in a PvP situation where you're fighting Reliant versus your Reliant versus like another Eden or just another healer like Norma, it's just complete and utter stall if you don't have any DPS to burst her down. So if you're fighting a composition with Reliant in there, you need to be reliant on your DPS to burst that B word down, because if not, she's just going to stall things out and the game's going to be like, congratulations, you lose. Other than that, there's another basic trap to look out for, which is going to be Space. And I know Space at the time of this video is kind of in limbo of her being good versus being bad, but this implies for any unit in general. Space is one of the units currently that can augment your whole team's ability points or when they get a turn. So 9 times out of 10 for the Classic Arena, I have noticed that players that use Space, obviously as she was intended to be used, or I don't know, the whole Space debate we're not talking about, but I've noticed that players that use Space obviously take advantage of her ability to kind of speed up everyone else. So these guys will literally come in here and get their turns off before you even act. So units that can, basically assist a party with healing and making sure they act first or act in a way that outspeeds your characters is problematic, and it's going to be a trap in itself. Because right here, I'm seeing this, we have not only chain lightning going on, so that's a unit that I need to worry about of nuking as soon as possible, but we have a Whim over there. As soon as Whim comes out, he's casting that shield. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then we have space over here, and insert any unit that does AP boost for the entire squad, or a specific unit on that squad. They're going to accelerate the whole team to act before I do. Chances are at least 1 or 2 of my units are going to die before I even get a turn. Whim has a shield up against everyone, and it's like, congratulations. I've literally wasted my time trying to fight this team. Am I saying that they're impossible to beat at this point in time? No. We're like a week and a half, through soft launch. I'm not saying that, but just look out and prepare for what you need to do in order to combat that, which obviously speed would prevent this situation from going on. Speed would render this situation right here just normal PvP. So just FYI. Another thing to look out for too is a couple of units. I believe her name's Zia. Is it Zaya? Yeah, this one. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Does she hit like a MFer? This chick right here. Unity. I want Zaya, however you pronounce her name. So bad, dude. So bad. She is probably one of the best DPS in the game, just hands down. I mean, you can see right here she boosts her own crit rate and crit damage for 1 turn, and this can be decreased to 3 turns. If you encounter her in PvP, kill her as soon as possible. Just kill her, because if not, someone on your team is 155% guaranteed to pass away if she gets her moves off. And she's already 2 stars because they know. Player 923-19673, they already know that that baby girl is packing heat. Watch out for her, kill her as soon as possible, and you will not regret it. Another one to look out for too is basically what I call the trap. I've fell for it a couple of times, so I feel comfortable saying that it's a trap. It's I believe her name's Margarita. I believe that's Margarita, where we get her for free from like the daily login after X amount of login times. If you encounter, especially in the classic arena, a 3-starred, obviously a 3 purple starred Margarita, do not fight her. Unless you have the composition to where all of your units are like 1 stars each, maybe you have a couple of 2 stars, do not fight her, because it is the ultimate trap. Because as soon as you click on this baby girl, you're going to find out you played yourself. Because as soon as the battle starts, she's already at 3 stars, so her stats are just bonkers in general. She's going to come over here, pop out her freaking 3 stages of 100% attack damage. She's probably booked up too, and gain 3 layers of blade, which might kill 1 of your units, might kill 2 of your units. If not, someone's going to be severely wounded. Then she's going to slide over here to Blade Striker, and someone's going to die. Like, you literally just started the fight and someone already died. It is the ultimate trap right now. I mean, as time goes on and more units are kind of balanced out and get more stocky in terms of stats, that's not going to be problematic. But generally speaking, if you see 2 or 3 star units or higher by themselves, and one of them is Margarita, it's a trap. And last but not least is this dude over here. Sinton, once again a trap. Sinton's main job is just provoking, being annoying as crap, and I also believe he has counterattack, doesn't he? So when you hit him, which he comes out of the gate if he outspeeds you, especially with a space composition or a team composition using someone that can boost up everyone's speed or a specific unit speed, dude's going to come out the bushes, automatically deprovoke. You have no choice but to attack him. So you attack him, he takes damage, he probably has a shield up, meaning he's going to attack you and you're just taking damage. It's not that much damage, but it adds up when you have all of your units attacking him. It is another big trap seeing this dude maxed up, which, congratulations. If you pull him, build that dude up because he's super annoying. But once again, more so something that you just need to watch out for. But this is what I speculated so far in terms of PvP. There's no real meta other than outspeed your opponent, make sure you have someone that can do shields, make sure you have someone that can kind of provoke and do counterattacks, and that's pretty much it at this point in time. Obviously nukers is a great way to have things going on too, because if you have a shielder and someone that can help everyone act quickly, you have units like Zia or Zaya, however you want to pronounce her name, able to charge up their moves and just do a whole bunch of nasty damage to the squad. And then there's also other units like Margarita who can hit fairly hard, fairly quickly, and just, you know, within a couple of turns and become problematic. So that's pretty much all that I have for this video. If you guys have any more PvP advice, feel free to leave that in the comments below. Check out the subreddit if you haven't already, and the official Discord. Once again, I'm working on revamping the tier list and kind of fleshing things out more as we go on. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.